Hey guys, as you guys already know, I've worked at my job for 27 years before I retired. And it was not an easy thing to do. And I know a lot of you guys out there are going through the same thing to where you just feeling trapped at that job, locked in, don't think you could start anything else, don't think you have enough time to start anything else, probably thinking you wasted your life, wasted your time, and all of that stuff. I'm 49 years old today, and I'm here to let you know that there is a job, there is a career for yourself outside of that job. There is still life outside of that job. And the reason you're unhappy is because you're not fulfilling what it is your soul really wants to do. Who said you were supposed to live and then get a job? I don't think God created jobs. Man created jobs, not God. And a job is nothing more than low-hanging fruit. Anybody can get a job, and there is no fulfillment in that. And the worst thing about a job is they stamp a price tag on your time and tell you how much it is worth to them. Let me tell you guys something. Time is the most important commodity we have on this planet. It is priceless. You're not getting paid enough, trust me. At my job, I worked all the time, around the clock, and when I wasn't getting paid, I was just looking to get paid. The only thing I lived for was my next paycheck. That's all I lived for at work. And everything else is a blur. So I know what you guys are going through. The only way you're going to get out of there, out of this rat race, is to invest. You have to save your money while you're working at this job. A job is only there for you to figure out what it is you really want to do in life, and then you move on. That's what I think jobs are for. And I wish I would have moved on earlier, but I just didn't know. And that's why I want to give back. You don't have to waste your time at these jobs that don't value your time. You have to value your time yourself. Otherwise, you're going to lose. And so investing is the way to go. That's what you have to do with your money. The dollar is depreciating. You have to trade it in for an asset that appreciates, that keeps up with inflation. Multifamily property keeps up with inflation. If you're good with stocks, put them in the stocks, but the thing is, you have to invest in something because going to a job and working your 9 to 5 every day, that's not an investment. And you're never going to have enough money to leave that place. Most of the people I worked with, well, actually everybody I worked with, the majority of them, all they were looking for was waiting for Social Security to get there. What are you doing trying to retire, this early? You got to wait till you're 67 before you get out of here. Like, oh my God, like, get away from me. That's what I wanted to say was just get away from me. And the only way you're going to get out of your job, I mean, this is the way I did it. I mean, I don't know if this is what everybody has to do, but I literally had to isolate myself. I only spoke to certain people. And I still I still spoke to people, but whenever I had some downtime, I had my head in a book. Whether it was something motivational, whether it was something about real estate, or even something spiritual. Just anything, that I can learn from. I had to learn something new in order to get out of that job because the last thing I wanted to do was trade that job in for another job. I was looking for something that I love to do and something I didn't mind putting my time into other than that job. Because let's face it, the worst thing about a job is you're surrounded by people that you don't even like. The majority of them. And I'm not saying that to be mean. Most people go to work and they only hang out with a certain amount of people anyway. And that's just the way it is at a job. You're surrounded by people that you would not normally be around if you didn't have to go to that job. Now that I don't work at a job, now that I work for myself, I love the people. My group is small and I love everybody in it. They're handpicked. Everybody I speak to on a regular basis has been handpicked. They're not people that I have to work with, that I'm forced to work with. Co-workers, supervisors, managers, general managers. Oh my God. I mean, and it gets worse the higher you go up. We have to learn how to get out of the rat race. We have to learn what schools didn't teach us. You have to get your head in a book. You have to get your head even on YouTube. You can learn a lot of things on YouTube, but you have to be looking to get out of the rat race. Otherwise, you're going to stay in it the rest of your life. Believe it or not, rich people or wealthy people, I like to say successful people. Let's say successful people. They actually took notes and they put them in something called a book. And let me tell you, this is time well spent. If you read books like Psycho Cybernetics, Power of the Subconscious Mind, Never Split the Difference, what's another good one? Seat of the Soul. These are good books. These will tell you a lot about yourself. And, on top of those books, I read a lot of real estate books too, a ton of real estate books. And I looked at a lot of real estate videos, and I even have a mentor in real estate. So, um, but you need to read books that are about the profession that you want to get into. And if it's a profession that calls for a mentor, get a mentor because it straightens the learning curve, and even though it costs money for a mentor, it saves you a bunch of time. It saves you a lot of time. The stuff that I learned from my mentor would have took me ages to learn on my own. And I don't even know if half the stuff I would have figured out on my own, but I have a mentor to thank, for him sharing that knowledge with me. So uh, that's the route I took. And let me tell you something, guys. And I just want to end it with this. But when you get your paycheck and you look down at it after you sold your time to whatever company it is you work for, if you're still pissed off after you see that paycheck and you're still waiting for that next paycheck to roll in, you automatically start thinking about that next check. You need to start thinking about something else. You need to come up with a new game plan because that job is not paying enough. So I hope you guys liked the video. Please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you at the next one.